But hopefully they get this together before the end of the year.
I'm hoping before, but I'll say that from when we're talking about it because I do have thoughts on how that affected Comic-Con and things like that too.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
You want to start off?
Or
with
we
Comic-Con
can save that for potentially tomorrow because since especially if we get Mike.
I say let's function today as if there was no tomorrow.
Yeah. And then we can just ask them about their experience.
That's deep. That's real deep.
Hey!
Function today as if there's no tomorrow.
So you got that
This
from
ain't
the rock.
content creation. This is art.
Got it from Rent. No day but today.
Theater kid versus wrestling kid. Who's gonna win? Theater kid.
Alrighty, yo. So, which camera do I? Am I? This one's right here. Hey, yo. You good? Breakdown. Breakdown. Okay, we is live in New York City. Can I? I'm a curse.
Yeah, you
It's
should.
like
It's
you
in New York. You should.
Bitch ass, punk ass, puss ass motherfucker. We out this bitch, and we in New York City in the dopest podcast studio I've ever been in my life.
Lemon tea.
Sweet Tea Studios, of course. My man Douglas is running things, and we are here joined right now with none other than the one and only co-author of Black Nerd Problems. It's Omar Holman in this bitch, and of course, content creator, Disney aficionado, fucking supreme leader of all sorts, the Tiffy, the star child. You know her, you love her, you know what it is. We in this bitch, and we also got Ty. All right, well, right now we got an empty seat.
Can you put a sound effect of a tumbleweed?
The wind blowing by.
Exactly what it sounds like. Well, anyway, Tyrone's not here, but hey, maybe he'll show up, maybe he won't. Who knows? But we are here not only because we are such nerds and want to be here with each other to talk about this stuff, but there's an event going on that happened not too long ago called New York Comic-Con that we had the pleasure of going to. And we all went out there, bruh, and we was out there just jigging, having a good time, dancing, making not content, but art. We ain't gonna talk about that inside. But yeah, I just want to ask y'all, man, like how y'all feeling? I know we had the con experience this week, and we've all attended multiple cons. What's your feelings on this year's con?
Well, this is we're familiar with New York Comic Con, but it was Tiffy's first time at New York Comic Con.
Oh, shoot, is that real?
Oh yeah, it was my
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why didn't I know that?
Because she's secretive and she keeps things from us.
No, I feel like I did express that,
I
but
think you probably did.
you don't listen to Black women. So.
Why
did you open this door?
Why did you walk in?
My mama was a black woman. Let me say that. All black.
Save yourself. Save yourself. Save yourself.
All right, it's nothing.
No, yeah. This is my first time at this con, and I'm from San Diego, so I'm super familiar with San Diego Comic-Con, LA Comic-Con as well. So I was looking forward to just seeing how this con would be different, and it was the layout was different. San Diego Comic-Con is so massive that not only does it take up the convention center, which is just a long rectangle of goodness, and then they have some of the stuff taking place in the same way, like with the panels on the different floors, but then it spills out into the city. Like all of downtown San Diego, that area, like the gas lamp, embraces Comic-Con. So even if you don't have official tickets, the restaurants, all the businesses, San Diego benefits just from the tourist spectacle of Comic-Con. So I think in that sense, San Diego's is bigger, but this is the first con where I'd be like, I would put it up there as far as like being comparable to like the San Diego Comic-Con.
That's
experience.
true. Oh, are you been to San Diego Comic-Con?
Yeah. Actually, me and my wife went and we saw Tiffany there, and she brought us. She gave us like the whole VIP tour of San Diego Comic-Con, and it was. A dude was spoiled, man. It was hard to come. I don't want to come. I've been going to New York Comic-Con for so long. We got into San Diego Comic-Con. I'm like, oh wow, y'all got space out here. I don't have to I'm not like bumping shoulder to shoulder with people in a convention floor.
True.
Y'all got space. I come back to this New York Comic-Con. I'm like, I'm very unappreciative. I'm like, security giving me sass, telling me, oh, this isn't press, but it's actually press. He showed me the back of the badge. It says press on the back of the. I was ready to go. My first day, I'm like, I'm gonna get these 2 interviews.
To be fair, I've been shoved by security at San Diego Comic-Con over a Monster High doll. And that's when I stopped collecting Monster High dolls because my response was going to be so not good. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do art prints instead. Art prints are so much better. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been to both. I happen to have been to both as well. And I agree with Tiffy that the San Diego Comic-Con it's not just a building. It's not like a place. It's like the whole culture is embedded. Every restaurant's gonna have a cosplayer waiting on somebody, and like you go. I mean, I remember I made a video. I was like, it had to be at least half a mile to a mile down the street, and it was still packed. Like, and it was like cosplayers, like, and so we don't see that as much in New York. And you know what I think is funny about New York?
Tell me.
Is that like the Comic-Con, it doesn't phase, you know, the people here. Like, you know, if I'm in, all right, so as y'all know, I live in Florida now, you know what I'm saying? And we have this thing called MegaCon. And if I'm at MegaCon weekend and then the Joker happens to be in 7-Eleven, people are like, yo, it's the Joker. Look, it's the Joker. It's the Joker. You know, if you're in New York, people like, it's the Joker. Like, oh, that's Tim.
Yeah. He does it every Tuesday. Every week.
Like, oh, it's Comic-Con this week? Oh.
There's a con.
That is one of my favorite things, because then, like, I used to, when I was living in Newark, New Jersey, and then people coming in to go to Comic-Con, right? So in Newark, New Jersey, hard-ass Newark, New Jersey, a bunch of cosplayers filling the train, and like, this is the norm. Like, it's Comic-Con time, all right. And then you're coming in on the train from, like, let's say from Brooklyn and everything, like, oh yeah, there's Tweedledee, there's fucking Stitch, like, and it's all these people like convening, like, oh yeah, it's that season, it's that season.
I just want to be that dude who's sitting there like trying to get off all of my heroin or whatever the fuck it is that I'm selling on the corner, and I look up and it's Dora Milaje, you know what I'm saying, coming towards me, or it's freaking Luke Cage with a freaking chain, and I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on?
I gotta get my life together now. I gotta get right.
But Tiffy, give me your honest opinion. I asked you this on the spot yesterday, but like, I mean, now that you have a comparison, if you had to choose between going to this one or the hometown one now, you only could do one.
I wonder which it'll be.
All right.
Whatever will it be?
Oh man.
It's always going to be San Diego. It's always going to be.
Oh no, I'm great.
It's like, it's going to be the home con because it's just.
It also originated there too,
and this is not the fairest year to judge that on, because I'll tell you why, Mr. Holman. But because of the SAG-AFTRA strike, this is we're seeing conventions that aren't able to do what makes conventions great, and that's like getting hype for these projects, the big movies, the big television series, and things like that. We can't talk about it. They can't send people out for it. The stars can't show up. At Comic-Con, it felt like so, and I don't know officially. This is just based on what I'm seeing and da-da-da-da. But that was at the beginning of like the whole strike and everything that's happening. So they still had a lot of the marketing for the bigger projects already in place of the buildings. They put the wraps on the trolleys that go by. All of that was already in place before they called the strike. So it felt like San Diego still had like the residual. We can't talk about it, but you still see it. This one, there is a series coming out, and we could talk freely about it because it's Audible. It's not against the strike rules, but it's based off of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and it's a continuation of that series, but it's on Audible. So it's like a scripted series, and you're just listening to it, and it's super dope. They use,
what's it called?
Slayers. Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or maybe just Slayer with no S at the end. I forget. But for it to be like an audio experience, and that was the big marketing that they had on all the doors, all the big banners, everything was for this audio experience. That's strange.
Wild.
That's wild for that to be the big draw. That was new to me. So I don't think it's fair to compare the two conventions just yet. Like, let's let all the real shit come back that is normally at these conventions. And that would be a little bit fair, because it makes it seem like it's not a big deal as a convention. It makes it seem smaller and less hype than it actually is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Because, one of the things that they even have on the wish, on like the survey of why is it that you come to cons is like, new releases, new movies, and stuff like that. So those can even be checked off this year. But Omar, I don't know if you peeped. Like, I be watching. I'm Inspector Deckwood. Like, you realize Tiffy just called San Diego Comic-Con.
Not San Diego Comic, just Comic-Con. It originated there. You can't. Yeah. And I've been there, and I'm like, I came back. I'm like, I don't even want to go to the Javits Center. This is fucking prison shit, man. Oh, there's 4 more floors. You added 2 more floors on there. I don't give a fuck. I'm next to Biff.
But bear in mind, San Diego being my hometown and like where I am for everything, it just it's different. I had all kinds of access when we were there, like all kinds of things. It was the VIP influencer moment for whatever reason that year when y'all came out. I had the invites and the access to everything. It's not always like that.
Well, I can tell you that it's listen, look, rolling around with these two is not for the weak.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
listen.
you know how many people like was like introduced to me that was like,
Oh.
why are you introducing me to this dude? I have no idea who he is. Let me get. Like, I was literally cropped in real time out of some selfies. I can see it happening. Like, he's like I'm like smiling. He's like turning the picture a little bit. So I'm not. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna step this way. But it just lets you know. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go ahead and hit the gym. Go ahead and get them followers, get them content. Art up. You know what I mean? But yeah. But I like Javits. The one thing the thing that I'll give Javits, when it's New York Comic Con over the other Comic Cons is I think they do a better job than other than the cons I've been to of compartmentalizing and like separating. You know what I'm saying? Like there's down here is Artist Alley, and then down here is where you can buy your lightsabers, and over here is the panels. Whereas like in MegaCon, like it's like everything is like jammed in like one little space. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to do a lot of panels at San Diego, but that's okay. But that's one thing that I thought was pretty cool. But I'm always in for the cosplay. I'm always there for the cosplay.
So wait, just to go back, just to piggyback off of what you said, you say you like that it's separated at Comic-Con and not like all together. So you're trying to bring back segregation.
I'm separate.
Listen,
I don't think we all need to look. I don't think all Comic-Cons should drink at the same water.
No, I agree.
One of you cons got to get to the back of the bus. Is all I'm saying. One of you cons need to eat at your own lunch counter. You know,
I do see what you're saying. It wasn't always like that at the Javits Center though. Like where we went to where those meeting area was, like Artist Alley used to be way down at the other side, down at the other side. And it was only maybe, I guess, before COVID. So it's like around like 2019 is when they're like, all right, how about we put it underneath the showroom instead? And that was the big change. And so it makes it closer too. Like, you know, they're not so like how badly artists are already treated, you know, and they're already out in the outskirts. Like, okay, you're here, but now I have no idea what is out in the outskirts in that other building now. So that was like a really big change. And when we went to Artist Alley, we saw like it was like a sea of people, and
so many people.
Yeah, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. I remember going down there, looking back, and my wife was like, "Oh, like." And Timmy's like, it's not as bad as when you get down on the floor.
And we got down there, we were like,
no, before we even got on the floor, we were like, because you stepped in front of her, and I looked at you, and you're like, it's about to be worse. And then we get down on it, like, I was just saying that. I can see it. But when you're in there,
because she's just a girl. She's at a con. We can't tell her the truth.
She has to turn her brain off because she does so much and be thinking and organizing so much. It's like, no, we'll just move like sheeple. We'll just move like sheeple through
Now, I learned at San Diego cosplay. Fucked up the
Comic-Con.
At San Diego Comic-Con, that my main like joy out of a con is seeing cosplays and seeing people put together their costumes. And low key, maybe I didn't see enough. Maybe I wasn't looking enough, but I'm low key. I didn't see that one costume this year that I was like, holy fuck, you know what I'm saying? However, I also didn't see some characters that I expected to see. You know, Castlevania just dropped this whole new show, and I didn't see not Nan Drolta in that bitch. I didn't see not Nan. What's baby girl name?
I saw Annette. One Annette.
Did anybody? Nobody played old boy that was the opera singer
or Edouard?
You know, yeah. Well, I didn't see any of those characters. You think people are scared to do them because it's too soon? Is it because it's not a black con? I mean, I normally would be quick to jump on a popping character like that. Like, what's the reasoning behind
it? Was just released maybe 3 weeks ago.
I don't give a
fuck. That's it.
So then why didn't you cosplay something from it?
Honestly, make your own.
You know
well, because like,
you know, I don't have a.
I feel like that is a big part of it. It just came out. And while we're probably going to get a lot of Richter cosplays and like
Maria.
We're going to see a lot of Alucard again, Maria for the white girls. I love that as well and love that for them. When we're looking specifically for like Olrox and Drolta and Annette,
true.
It just the niche, like the boxes it has to check, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Hold on one second. somebody.
Oh, is this someone at the door?
Someone at the door.
Start
Who
talking
this
that
is?
black shit.
Someone at the
people start
door.
showing up. I wonder who it could be.
Oh my
I wonder
god.
who it could be.
Someone not
Who
on
it could-
time.
Shame this
Someone-
man.
Oh
Shame
my
this man.
wow.
Bro.
Shame
Wow.
this, and he showed up in sweats too. Shame this man.
I wore
I was
jeans.
expecting a 3-piece suit.
I wore jeans for this.
Tiffy wore jeans.
I'm from
Yo.
I
California.
ironed my pants for this. Don't look at my pants. I didn't do shit for this, but whatever. But you coming in here in sweats?
Yeah.
Oh, I
man.
hope you're ready to talk Castlevania too. Has he even seen Castlevania?
Have you
Have
seen
Have you seen
Castlevania?
Castlevania?
You came
Oh, you just-
unprepared?
you better come in here and no, you
You
want
know, where you
no,
going?
you come over here, you
your
sit here, and you look pretty. No, you look pretty over there. Come over
You're
here.
eye candy today, sir.
Exactly.
Sit
Come
your
over
ass
here and
down.
look fucking pretty.
Yeah.
And we're gonna tell you about Castlevania.
Yeah, you
Nocturne.
right here, man. We got you set
They're
up,
gonna test your
man.
mic. Oh, they're gonna record all this too. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
With your
Yeah,
fly
man.
ass kicks. Yeah.
Now, how
Uh-huh.
the hell you live in Brooklyn and you later than the girl who got here?
I came from
all the way
California.
From California.
Yeah, you left this morning?
Just to turn away. Just to turn
It's
away.
the way that you're dodging accountability right now. I've missed you a lot, but suddenly I don't.
What's up, Tyrone, man?
What's up, man? It has been a morning.
It has.
It has
Oh
been a
man, we
morning.
glad to see you.
The
Chief.
train,
Yeah.
train decided to reroute at the last minute. That's how it happened.
What train did
Does
you
that
take?
happen?
It was I had to get on the F and
Woo!
then a stop
The F.
before my stop, which is York Street.
Yeah.
They were like, "Hey, we're rerouted." So the next stop's actually going to be Brooklyn, High Street, Brooklyn.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, "Well, looks like I'm walking."
Yeah.
Oh wow! And that's when you
I'll
went to
get
the-
these steps
okay.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro, I don't do transit. I don't,
No.
and I do it terribly. I tried to take the train, and I went downstairs, and I was down there for a little bit, and I couldn't find where to go, and then I noticed that there's a sign that I'm supposed to go downstairs even more. Like there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole nother down.
Yeah.
There's another downstairs from the downstairs.
You're supposed to be
Hades,
down there with the
baby.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it was me, Splinter, everybody that didn't die before Ronin. And then I was like, yo, well, okay, now I'm down in the right place. But now I don't know which side to be on. And a small part of me at one point in time looked and was like, oh, I'm supposed to be over there. Maybe if I just go over the tracks.
No.
If I just like delicately just kind of swing
Nope.
through,
Nope.
skip the third rail, just kind of hop over the
Don't do
tracks,
that.
you know what I'm saying? And just kind of, Casey Jones it out. But nah, I decided not
Gotta make
to.
a lot of
Well,
people late for
I
work.
might not be able to but I know you don't do that in New York.
How do you your?
I will
Why are we-
spare
Why
Omar
are we-
today because just in the past couple of days, I've done it a lot. I did it last night
Yeah,
with
so-
no hands.
Whoa.
No hands.
Whoa.
And he did not acknowledge how good it was with no hands. Everyone else in the room
That
was
is a
like, that's
certain
an
edit.
improvement.
That is a certain
Nah,
edit.
yeah, because
That
I
was an
see
improvement, Tiffy.
what I've observed is your no hands get substitute for the shoulders. So
That's
you
it.
end
That's
up-
what they said happened in my head.
Yeah.
It's like you end up going, yeah, no man, this is real
I'm
quick.
It's just
trying
a
my
question
best.
mark after it. It's just.
Is it supposed to be an exclamation mark?
Yes,
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
question.
Well, no one told me that.
I think it's okay.
I mean,
we're going
there's
out
no class on yuring. I don't
Exactly.
know,
So
but
how
there
would I
doesn't
know
need to.
unless my peers?
well, there's no class on jumping the railroad tracks either. Like,
There's-
you know,
yeah,
But here we are. Your peers telling you not the fuck to
Don't
do that.
Don't do it.
I'm not really a Garrett peer though. I'm more of a hi guys.
Yeah,
so
I'm
I'm like, I
saying,
can't really
So
help
is he.
you.
So is he.
Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? How you doing?
Omar's this guy right here, yo. But yeah, assuming I think Tyrone, you haven't seen Castlevania, which is fine.
Not Nocturne.
But you're an anime guy.
It's great.
And you have seen the original Castlevania, it sounds like.
I saw the first season.
first
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Just the first season or the whole? You saw all 4
Because it
seasons
was
of the
4
first season?
seasons of Castlevania.
They're
And
like short seasons and stuff. I might have seen.
That was like 8
longer.
episodes, I think,
Yeah.
for each one.
no, the first
Maybe,
one
like, the
has
first
8 episodes, and then like the other 3 seasons have like closer to like 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Okay,
I
this is
started
just
it.
the first season.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen them all, but I was a huge fan of the
The game.
Nintendo game. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Honestly, I have a quick story about Castlevania. First of all, season was flame. I haven't seen all of them, but I know that Simon Belmont is the one that I'm most familiar with. I
Yes.
mean, he's not in any of the ones that we're
Not
currently
yet.
watching.
Not yet.
But he's kind of like, the originator for me.
Yeah.
But I remember, man, that whip, man, jumping up, getting those, like throwing those daggers and all of that. And even in this anime, there were scenes that felt like they were using that same lore.
Yep.
I saw daggers being thrown. I saw a lot of the whip shit is
Yep.
ridiculous. Like his whip game is proper. But I am a little curious about like how this like feeds off of the other, like without giving it away, I guess too much. Like, how does the Nocturne like compare with regard to plot line and everything to the other Castlevanias? Like,
Oh,
completely.
it's
I
just-
know Richter's. This one's based on Richter.
Yeah.
Who's the other ones?
And also, no spoilers since I'm still watching the first Castlevania.
Oh,
so
okay,
best
well,
of luck.
okay, well,
best
we
of
ain't
luck.
gotta
I was about to spoil everything, but no, Trevor. It doesn't even start with Trevor Belmont. We come in for the anime. We're coming in on Trevor Belmont, but like there have been Belmonts before him. But we're just starting here. It's just kind of almost like Buffy. Like this, what do? I kill motherfucking monsters all day, every fucking day. That's what I do. Killer shit. That's me. All right, that's Trevor Belmont. Richter. Now we're just going down the line to all right. Now it's Richter's time. We're in the 17th century French
1783,
Revolution,
yeah.
18th
18th century,
Revolution, whatnot. Who's the Belmont here? Richter Belmont. All right,
Mhm.
what's going on here? Oh damn, some shit don't happen to your parents.
Question.
Yep.
Trevor, what timeline?
I mean, let's say let's more medieval or
Okay,
whatever.
okay,
So medieval
further
now.
back. So it goes from past to okay.
Yep. And so we might after Richter's time, we might get Simon because I think actually Simon might have came before Richter, but I think they're doing it like, well, we're gonna flip it this way. So maybe Simon will be after Richter, or maybe that's even before. We can go in different time periods now because it's just the Belmont. Like who's the Belmont then of the time?
It's
Just
always
like
a Belmont.
it's always a Belmont, like
Mm.
Slayer. It does get more complicated down the line, but I think they're gonna keep it with the just with the Belmonts. Because at one point, oh, we're not with the Belmonts, but then like, oh, we're back to the Belmonts. But like Belmont.
Yeah, I'll tell y'all a quick story. I was raised in a very religious household. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents, they both still ministers to this day. But there was a time where they was like, helicopter ministers. You know what I'm saying? Like the last two kids didn't have that same upbringing.
Are you the oldest?
I am the oldest,
Oh,
unfortunately.
man.
So I get the brunt. I'm the guinea pig.
Woo.
I'm the sacrificial lamb. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one that goes up with, with Jacob, Isaac. I'm the
Isaac
second
and
one.
whatnot.
Hopefully, there's what was it? A ram he saw?
Yep.
All right, I'm going.
No, you're right.
Switching
There's a
lore. But I'll never forget. Like I had a Nintendo, thank God, and I was able to play it. And I had a neighbor who had the Castlevania game. I asked him if I could borrow it. And he said, sure. And he came over with it and he knocked on my door. My pop answered the door. He's like, what's up, Michael? He's like, hey, I just was dropping this off for Vince. And he took a look at the game and it has like Dracula, blood dripping from his tooth, some white dude with a whip, you know what I'm saying? Like standing in front of him like this. And then my dad was like, he's not getting this game. And he was like, well, he asked for it. He's like, no, we're not gonna be playing this game. So there's a little bit of like taboo with like loving Castlevania in my adulthood because it was like a forbidden thing as a child. You know what I'm saying?
Because you're a PK.
But I am a PK, you know what I'm saying? Which makes me spawn of Satan, obviously. It's all PKs have multiple baby moms. I don't, but that's
them, not me.
I'm the better half. So that was a weird part of my upbringing. I'm assuming y'all don't have like stories like that where you wanted to play or do things and your people was like, nah, not in my house. Like we serve the Lord type stuff.
I got one. Well, we'll talk about this topic later, but the X-Men. And I was a fan of X-Men one night. My mom saw Nightcrawler and like, oh, that is demonic. I'm like, that is the devil. They're trying to get you like that. I'm like, the whole purpose of this is because the man gets discriminated against because of what he looks like.
Yes.
You're perpetrating. And also, doesn't your Bible talk about loving thy neighbor?
Not your Bible.
You are.
Doesn't shit be talking like that? Like, so like that was like, I'm like, you're trying to go this narrative, lady. I'm here for the story, bro. Also, he's a preacher. What's
your next?
What else we got here?
What
else got we here? Okay, I'm like, close my door.
I did have that. Like, I come from a super religious family. My mom is one of 10, and her father, like, very prominent in San Diego. So I couldn't even go around and do things around city because someone knew my peoples all the time.
Damn.
Right. But my dad was not very tapped into what was going on. My first experience with hentai was from Blockbuster Video, and it's because he did not pay attention to
Red Door, baby.
Yeah, he did not. He wasn't paying attention. Ixer 1, Project ACO. Like, so I was supposed to be shielded from a lot more, but one parent wasn't on board with the vision and was not double checking and seeing what came into the house. And I'm just like, can I get this? And he's like, yeah. So and that was pretty much it. But I also lucked out because coming from such an extremely religious family, my mom is the one that's more like, she was very lenient in terms of how often I had to go to church. And I've only attended a couple of Hallelujah nights in my night. We got regular ass Halloween. So
nice.
like it was a mix of both. My cousins had it so much worse than I did. And every once in a while, my mom would be like, yeah, we should do that. And then she would like give it. She's like, I'm not doing all that. Like,
yeah. Mom's is cool as hell. You said your first hentai experience. What about the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 7th, and 8th, and 9th?
Oh man, as soon as I got access to Anime Expo, no. I was a child of the internet. I was on America Online 2.0.
AOL.
The chat rooms
and
were
this.
the chat rooms were the Wild West.
Oh, yeah.
It is a miracle I was not kidnapped and trafficked because I had no supervision.
ASL. Anybody?
Hey, sex
Yeah.
location.
Nah.
You had AOL 2.0. I was with the pores. We had AOL Instant Messenger, baby.
Oh, I had that
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I had that too, and we
I
were
had-
before that. I had Prodigy before
Whoa,
America
Nigga, first off,
Online.
Earthlink. That's how we got up
Woo!
to the had to mail me that disc.
Netscape.
Mail me that
No.
disc.
We were there for all of that.
Yeah, I was outside, bro.
Unsupervised.
What was your screen name?
Sailor
back then?
Mer 2.
Sailor Blerd.
Sailor Mer 2
Sailor
because
Mer.
initially Sailor Mercury was my favorite Sailor Scout. Mhm.
LS Kid 1399, Kid Prophecy 1399. Then I was like, hey, I'm just gonna go with Space Jake, and that's when I was a fan of the Green Lanterns because they're cops in space. So Space Jake.
You liked
Jake.
cops?
That's
You
hella
liked
urban.
cops? You liked cops?
Mhm.
Yeah, you.
Mm.
Yeah,
They're
there's a
cops.
theme
Well, I mean,
running
they're-
on with this one. Yeah, he's kind of got a cop and blind and white guy with glasses fetish.
Cyclops is
It's
not a cop.
They don't make murals for cops, baby. What are you talking about?
I mean, I don't. I'm not gonna be the one to have that conversation.
Yo, you're gonna have the conversation now.
We'll
We're gonna have it
do it.
later
We'll do it.
on. What do we?
It
It could be on camera or
yeah,
off.
what-
How you wanna do
I'll
this?
Take, all right, I'll take the cop back.
All right,
I'll keep the white guys with glasses thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
yeah.
a running theme. I don't know.
Vision impaired white guy.
Did you have screen names growing up, bro?
My the one I remember, one of the first ones was it was a sad story because it was like
Oh, yeah, tell it.
I got called Oreo as a kid.
Oh, you too?
Oh,
My
So I
brother,
was like,
my
I'm
brother.
gonna take the power back. I'm gonna take it back. So then it just like I was a big Cookie fan online.
I'm gonna take the milkshake back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the milkshake.
So what was it like? Tyrorio or
like Oreo and then some number.
Tyroreo.
Or whatever. It was
My-
like, yeah,
double
my-
stuffed
yeah.
Tyrorio.
I remember my brother first got called, and now I'm 6 years younger than my brother, and so he comes into the room, and I think it was coconut for him, and he was like, Omar, have you ever heard this term? And I'm younger than him. He's like you ever heard that? And I was like, well, I think he didn't tell me what it was for, but I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I imagine black on the outside, white on the inside, right? So I imagine you make fun of being white on the inside. He's like, oh, all right, man.
Oh, that's what somebody
you know what I'm
said.
saying? I don't want to talk about it. I'm like,
I
oh,
almost
oh.
got jumped for that in the 7th grade
Mm.
because a group of black girls came to me and and after school, one of them were like, "Hey, are you an Oreo?" And I was like, "Are you a Skittle?" I thought I ate. I thought we were just having a question and answer time. Oh, when I tell you they surrounded me at recess the next day. And we didn't have recess because it was a 7th grade. So it was like, it was break in between classes. We didn't have
Intramurals.
recess, but like, yeah, but to get to your next, and I remember they all came and surrounded me. And
I don't see why. What's
Because-
controversial about Skittles?
They were like, we did the research and we couldn't figure out what you meant.
What-
Yeah.
So now you
That
gotta
means
fight.
pork. You trying to say you
bitch.
fucking
Like,
pork? I don't need
right.
pork. What is
And
this?
and that was my first time being called an Oreo, and I don't even
Whoa.
remember who explained it to me. I don't think it was ever. I'm not sure when it was explained to me. Just in that moment was very much just like, but oh no, I think they told me, and it's because I hung out with white people. Like I just had different
friends.
friends and didn't think anything of it. But that was my first like, this is offensive for you, a black girl, to hang out with non-black people.
I'm sorry, like this is gonna be bad, but
Say
one
it, say
one
it.
I never heard before was someone being called a banana. And
Yeah,
I was
banana.
Oh, yeah,
that's
the
the
banana.
light skinned version of it.
The banana thing is for
For
Asians,
Asians.
right?
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was for light skinned black people.
Nah,
'cause
nah.
But I feel like it can apply. But I think
it was used for that.
oh,
how
I've
you-
seen it with
Yes.
Asians.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
I did not know
But
that.
But you know what? They might just be equal opportunity.
Yeah, I'm like, God damn.
I feel like there are like a couple races right now taking notes. Like,
Yeah.
go on.
And we're just giving them the Bible.
Banana, you
so
said.
they don't like. So they don't like. But banana works two ways. Oh, okay, all right.
Hey,
Cool.
babe,
And we
I
can
got
get
a new
the
one.
efficiency
Skittles.
at-
These motherfuckers don't like potassium. All right.
It's like calling them colored with the Skittles and shit. It's crazy. Well, in that same, I mean, I didn't get called Oreo to my face, but I did multiple. I had even into my adulthood had people when I start to express my love for the shit that we talk about, be like, oh damn, you're the whitest black guy I know type thing. You know what I'm saying? Or like, Vince, I thought you were black type thing. You know what I'm saying? And it always kind of fuck with me. Like, y'all don't own this genre. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that kind of pissed me off a little bit. But we grown and we got our own shit right now. Go ahead. You about to say something? Or you just Okay,
Her
sometimes
face just looks like
I,
that.
she gave the. I
You
thought
about to talk
it
some
was
shit?
Tyrone, anyway, how are you?
I have a weird a question that came to me this morning while I was getting ready to come out here.
Mhm.
I'm assuming that you all shower, all right? And do you probably play music while you do? I
Oh,
was
okay.
playing
Let's
music
go.
while I showered today.
Let's get into this. Let's
And I
get
was-
into this.
So while I was playing music, I had for some reason the urge to jam out to some of my favorite anime tunes.
Okay.
Intros, outros, things of that
Let's
sort.
go.
And I can honestly say I have favorites now. I literally made an anime playlist
About time.
today.
Mhm.
About time.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm just wondering, like, if y'all had a playlist that was composed of anime
Anime.
songs,
All right.
what would be on those playlists?
Okay.
I'll start just
Okay,
to give
yeah.
you some time to buffer up if you haven't
I'll
thought
go.
about
I'll
this.
go next because I'll give y'all some time. You know.
Okay,
what I mean? I
okay.
got you. Let's
We
go.
could even go one by one, and you know what I'm saying. Go, but
Let's
my
go.
the first song is a song called Haruna Matata.
No,
It
go
sounds
ahead.
like
No, get
Hakuna
it right. Get it right.
It sounds like Hakuna
Get it right.
Matata, but it's
That's
not.
we
it's-
gotta say these things correctly. We're gonna say it correctly.
I know where we
Haru-
getting actual names.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Let's go.
It's called Haruka Kanata.
Okay.
All right, and it is one of the Naruto intros.
Which one? What are the lyrics?
And it goes. It's I mean, it's Japanese, so I can't really sing it that well. But it's got. I can sing it for you. I could try to. It goes. This yeah. Let's say yo.
Yeah.
Like I'm in the
Yes, I know
shower,
that
like.
one. Dun, dun, dun. Yes.
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 I'm like, I want to go to this
Yes.
concert, bro.
Yes.
Come on, Afro,
That's
pull
in-
up.
I think that's not Shippuden. That's
That's not
before. That's
Shippuden,
before
nah.
Shippuden. Yeah.
Yes,
I know
that-
exactly when you're.
I think that was Shogun Jump. Shogun Jump in it was like one of the I think first or second seasons it was, but that shit goes so hard. But I got
I think it's
more.
before Sasuke leaves, or is
It
it
is
either before he
before
leaves or
Sasuke
right
leaves.
after he leaves? Yes.
It is before he leaves. Yes,
It's the
he's
retrieval
still-
arc. They're in the retrieval one for
Yeah,
him.
he's still a part of the troop. He's still trying to get up with his brother and all that. So yeah,
That
that
shit
sticks
goes.
with me. That stick goes hard.
Okay. I'll go with since you're going. I'll switch it to since we're doing adventurous things. Ranking the Kings. It's by Vondi. I think Vondi is the group that does it, and it's the second opener. And let's see, Hadaka no Yusha.
Okay.
It's just such a. The first opener, like, oh, this is very cute. Looking at the Boji, this kid that can't like speak or anything like that. But yeah, Shadow, this guy that can understand him, and everybody thinks he's like, oh, everyone thinks he's like dumb, but it's like, no, he's you guys just can't understand him. I can understand what he's talking about. He's like the intelligent kid. You guys think he's all simple, but he's not. But man, when you see that, when this kid, like, oh, they think he's so weak and brittle and shit like that. When this motherfucker starts putting in work and he starts training, and I'm like, oh, this kid is nasty as fuck. And then the opener from the first one's like all like cutesy and shit. And then it changes, and like the opening begins with he has a little like friend named Kage, and it's like a little shadow thing, and he's doing like shadow puppets above his head, and then he makes a crown, and then he puts the crown on his head, and then the shit just bangs off. It's like it starts very subtle, like I can't even man, I can play it. I can't, but it just goes so subtle, and then it goes into dude just like yelling. And I'm not yelling like that strange boy. I'm like, I gotta know the English words for this. And it's also like, oh, the power inside you. Oh yes, talk this shit. And then it's all the characters and shit. It's like, it's like, oh, the Dark King that trained him and shit. And then his father who was like, oh, doing some shady shit. I'm like, this shit bangs like no other. I'm like, I know you're Tiffany's watching it now. I'm like, I cannot wait.
Oh, you watching it now?
To that second season opening, because I'm like, oh, this is just
is that a Crunchyroll
He
thing?
will bully you into watching.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna jump on that. Sis. When we get out of the strike zone, I got some shit. I'm gonna be bullying your ass.
Bullying me into seeing.
Yes. Oh yes, we're gonna retry the Star Wars thing, but that's a whole other day.
Okay, great. Then my list prepare to really love Queen Charlotte and season 2 specifically of Bridgerton.
I'm about to watch Sailor Moon. I'm about to do the whole thing. I'm dead ass, and I already did. You recommended Avatar. I went all the way through Avatar, all the way through Korra. So yeah, you gotta yes.
If you guys
and that's
need
one
more
that's
time,
on my list.
I was gonna say, you guys still need more time. The opening trailer for season 3 trailer for Korra, the greatest drums alive.
Okay.
When they were introduced as the heroes, it was back to murder music after that, because the strike done fucked up for season 2. It was nothing but fucking drums. I was like, oh yeah, we back.
Okay.
Is that the intro music?
Yeah, it was just
Probably
a teaser.
because I would just keep watching it on Netflix, and so by that point, it's just going
Yeah,
straight
yeah,
into the
yeah.
next
You're right.
episode. It's just
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
I've ever
starts right
even.
there.
I'm like, they have a.
It was like the teaser trailer for like what's coming. And it was murder. Oh.
But Tiff, you got songs?
Yeah, you guys are talking about a whole lot of murder,
Ow.
and that's cute. But so my favorite anime theme song is called "Sugar Baby Love," and it's from a tiny snow fairy, Sugar, which is just like the cutest little anime, and it's about a tiny snow fairy named Sugar, and she has a little human friend, and it's very cute, and the song is very pure.
This is the first time when Tiffy being the only young lady on the set was felt. Like I got a feeling somebody else. Does anybody here watch that show? Is anybody familiar with it? No.
I feel like I don't know if Nolly maybe because she's into the same type of very sparkly pesto. We just send each other Sailor Moon stuff back and forth. So like I don't know about Yaz, but or Stephanie for sure. But it has an anime from way back when. But the other one, Samurai X.
Shit.
That one, Judy and Mary, Sobakasu. That one, that's one of my favorite theme songs as well.
Yeah. Okay. Dig it. Tyrone, you got anything?
So I like anime and I enjoy anime. I've watched a bunch of it. I'm not know the theme song and the artist and the title and stuff like that, but I did just one that always stuck with me was a Cruel Angel's Thesis. That was that has like it hits emotional notes when it comes on. You're sitting there like, I'm about to be depressed for 30 minutes. So
let's do it.
It has that kind of a feel to it.
Hand on the wall, the water just hitting you in the shower.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't know if it's tears or water in the shower.
It all gets washed away. It all gets washed away in the same way.
Exactly. Very, it's basic, but also like, and this is just like because it's just so much fun. But the One Punch Man theme song, it was so ridiculous.
How did it go? I forget how it went. How did it go?
Those are the lyrics.
I have more. I honestly, I think nobody can deny the real folk blues.
Oh,
at the end of Cowboy Bebop. Nobody, not to shit on the intro too, because the intro goes hard. That that jazz shit. But then at the end, every time that's one of the few songs I have to let that whole thing ride out at the end of every episode. So these Sukusilo. I literally want to learn Japanese just to be able to sing that shit like Sukusiku. And the concept of Kuchilane from the real blues. I'm sorry, I injured.
No, we're in it. We're in it.
Keep that
in.
That reminds me of the Inuyasha ending too. Like you're like, you wake up. What the fuck is it? Like I thought I was watching an infomercial, and it's just a summer.
Yeah, there's a wind blowing behind it.
Blowing in the wind. Look at his daddy's grave. Like you emo sassy bitch. Look at you. Yeah, and then just slowly turning to the left. Like no. This is the only time I get on the show. All right.
Not
right.
But that also doesn't come from Inuyasha. No, she
I think so. But
again, can you feel it?
Man, doing deep tracks.
Come my way. Come on.
Nice.
You like the very musical
We're gonna have to find a very specific karaoke bar.
Have you seen? Have you? I know you watched a little bit of it. Haikyuu, the volleyball anime.
Nah, I did not. I've heard about this.
I really enjoy.
You like the sports animes?
I like. I do.
The no Ippo.
Listen. First of all, ball is life. Fuck NBA. Fuck the NBA. If we're not talking about a Japanese high school volleyball club, not a team.
It's that deep.
These motherfuckers get together and play volleyball as a fucking club, and they go hard. One dude said, "Hey man, we're gonna be seniors. You can tell your grandkids about. It is not that serious, but for these motherfuckers, it is that fucking serious." And the opening tracks, like when they start like coming together as a team, and it's, and it's like we're rising, and they're called the Crows, and their fucking school motto is just fly. That's it, nigga, fly.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it, fly. And I'm like, and the song is called Fly, and it's about the kids like jumping and spiking. I'm like, oh, I got it. Yeah, we're here.
Okay,
We're
okay,
here.
all
We're
right,
here.
All right. I'm assuming nobody else has any more.
I have more. It is
Please.
not a theme song, but
It
it's
don't
very
matter.
specifically from Final Fantasy X, and it's the
Ooh.
song that Yuna is singing, and it's a slow song, and it's how does it go? Because I'm confusing it with Sailor Mars, a song from the English version of Sailor Moon, but that's not what I'm trying to think of. So I'm thinking of the wrong thing. But it is from Final Fantasy X. It's when Yuna is like, or is it 10-2? It's 10-2 because she's the pop star in that one. And yeah, it's just a beautiful song that she sings.
When you hear it, you know it.
When I know it, and I know it now. I can think of it, but again, it's in Japanese, and y'all ain't gonna finna get me on camera fucking up a language that's not my own. Used against me. Fuck y'all.
Oh,
I'm
I
not
can
sure.
think of the song.
Is this a jam or is this offensive? I'm not sure, but
God damn it.
Chicken Star Child is canceled. Not today. Not for this.
Hey, you can't.
Yeah, I got a question for you in a minute, but does anybody remember the theme for Dead or Alive, the video game?
oh no, I wasn't that's the fighting one, right?
Yeah,
That's Xbox.
Okay,
I was
all
on
right. You were
PlayStation.
playing Tekken.
Yeah, no. I was playing Soul Calibur, friend.
Okay.
Oh,
don't
that's
take
Soul
me.
Calibur's
I was
Go
playing
ahead.
Tekken. I was playing Tekken.
Yeah,
I don't like Tekken.
Yeah,
I do
Tekken.
Tekken.
I just got.
Oh,
ass
I'm in the air just getting juggled. Then okay,
Exactly,
How
yeah.
does the theme go?
That's what I was saying. Like, because I remember as a kid, just like I would put that game on, and it would take me like 10 minutes to start playing because I would just like watch.
I gotta watch this shit.
And,
I gotta watch
so
this
I'm gonna
show.
have to like look it up, and we're gonna have to because I cannot recall it right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember when Eminem took the fucking Soul Calibur beat and then rhymed over that shit. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm like that's when you know a game fucking made it. I was like, yeah, all right. I'm gonna go find
Yeah,
out.
You
but
said
game.
so. You watched Avatar. You actually finally watched
Ooh,
it now.
yeah, I watched the
And
whole
have you talked about your thoughts on that, and also your thoughts on the movie since
I have.
then?
Yeah, I
Okay,
have.
all right. Yeah.
But I'll expound again. Yeah, so I did watch it. I see why there's an outrage from the fans with regard to the perspective of the movie. But as I said before, I still didn't think the movie was trash. I didn't think it was great. It doesn't compare, doesn't shine a light to the show. It doesn't, I mean, you have 90 minutes to do what a show took 3-4 seasons to do. But I thought if given a book two, Earth, bending of sorts, I think that M. Night Shyamalan might have been able to rectify some of the stuff he fucked up in the first one. You know what I'm saying? Now, unfortunately, casting maybe not, because there was some bad casting. I'm gonna keep it real, especially complexion wise as it pertains to the water tribe. But I still thought that it was fairly decent. I mean, Appa looked perfect. Like Appa was almost identical. Am I tripping? No.
Who?
Appa?
Okay, just making sure.
Well, what is that? What you
Sound like Apple.
Apple.
Not Gwen freaking nah. That Gwyneth Paltrow's child with Chris. Nah, I'm talking about Appa. I thought Appa looked amazing. I loved one thing that I thought that they did that they didn't do as much in the anime, Western anime, was they did a lot of focus on the actual art of water bending, and I like that part. I like the synchronized.
Styles.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that as much in the animation, which isn't bad because they didn't need to. You know, there was so much other dope ass shit going on. But I kind of like that focus of, you know what I'm saying, like them kind of, having this Tai Chi-esque type of movement with the water bending. I enjoyed that. Katara, yeah, that could have, no disrespect to that young lady. I'm sure she did what she could, but from a casting standpoint, I probably would have went more native. You know what I mean?
And wasn't the live action Katara the voice of Princess Yue in the animated series? I think it's something along, the voice of Princess Yue for the animated
The one
series
that was the moon?
played the live action. Yeah, the one that turned into the moon.
Stuck to the moon.
I think that she played the live action Katara.
She did. Oh,
I believe that's what the connection is. I'm pretty
okay.
sure.
Well, that makes sense. But yeah, to answer your question, man, I expected to watch, after everything I'd heard, I expected to watch the show, the series, and then watch the movie after that and be like, oh, this shit is trash. But even after I was like, okay, this the show is overwhelmingly good, like so good, with the exception of the first season being very lackluster on fight scenes. But it grew after that, and Korra made up for all of that. But I still saw the movie as just a starting point. You know what I'm saying? And so, but then again, I'm probably the most lenient out of all of us when it comes to critiquing and criticizing things. Like I'm like, yeah. I mean, the Star Wars sequels, were they really that bad? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like the guy who's like, well, Secret Invasion. I mean, it wasn't, I mean, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but it was really that work. You know what I'm saying? Like so, but to kind of couple this into what we was talking about, that ending theme. That God, I put that's on the playlist too. Goddamn motherfucker, goddamn old shit, bro. That shit, my shit. Bro. I'm just telling you. All right, but that's how I feel.
Wait, was that the one from Korra?
That's Korra.
That's Korra, yeah. Because it was always the opposite. Korra has the very peaceful ending theme, but Avatar has the
yeah.
It's like this is ooh.
The Korra joint, the endings. It's just so like it's look at the stars, like point out the constellations music. I actually downloaded like a symphonic version of it. That's how much I like it. Like because the actual ending credits is only 31. I'm a music nerd. That's one thing y'all may not know about me. I can tell you about composers, Michael Giacchino, John Williams, of course, even Daniel Hart, who made the stuff for the Interview with the Vampire series. Like there's like I love symphonic music. I love concerto music. I'm not ashamed of it anymore. But yeah, so like to hear a symphony play the end of Legend of Korra was pretty dope for me. I just to put out my last two anime shows songs that I love, just to kind of put an end cap on that.
Okay.
Is one of them is from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. All right, don't judge me, all right, because there are some people who have. What? some people have this extreme judgment towards JoJo fans.
Nah, I like it.
I don't know why
JoJo,
that is. Like, I don't know what the hatred towards a dude that uses like his inner soul spirit as a stand to fight shit in like a whole world. I don't know what's not to like about that. Like, I love it. And there's this song on the third season, I think it was, where it was, I think Josuke was the JoJo Josuke. Because there's Jotaro, there's Joseph, Josuke, there's Jolene. And it's Great Days. It's Great Days. The name of the song is Great Days.
Okay.
It starts off. It goes break down, break down, break down, shining justice. Then it goes Japanese. I shouldn't derp for the language. It's insulting, probably. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's one that was on my list.
Okay. What's the other?
All right, hold on. Where is it, man? Because I got it on here real quick. It is. Well, it's not actually anime. It's for the actually like the Flow Like Water is a song that was made for. If you recall, this was Tyrone actually brought this up in the Last Airbender when he finally gets his water bending. No spoilers. Hopefully we've all seen it and hated it. But the end of it, where he finally gets to like bend the water up to the point, because the Fire Nation is attacking them. You know what I'm saying? And that music is so majestic. It's tear jerking. Like it's so serene. Like and like the music, like it sounds like water. You know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to it, and it's so like. It's mesmerizing, and I like literally listen to it on repeat. Like sometimes when I go out, when I travel, because it makes everything you see just feel more majestic. Like I dare you to download it and go outside New York and look at your average monument and not have a different feeling about it, because that's what this fucking song does. And yes, and thank you for coming to my TED Talk about anime songs.
Well, since we've been dealing with anime, we were talking about a game, based in Japan that we were all fans of, and the soundtrack for that was pretty good. I'm of course talking about Ghost of Motherfucking Tsushima.
Oh,
that intro song. Not only, I mean, I think I know you played Ghost of Tsushima as well. We've all played that here, and then we all had stories like when Tiffy first joined you guys playing it and her skill. But to lead into that, I'll say like this: the song. What did I say wrong? What did I say wrong?
You already knew.
Tiffy joined in playing you guys. He saw her skill, which was legendary. We're gonna get to that.
Oh,
True.
you didn't say anything wrong. I
Nah,
didn't.
you looked at me
It
like
was a
something was
look. I
wrong.
saw it. I saw it.
All
too.
I did
saw
was
it too.
look at you because I remembered.
Oh,
so
we'll talk
I-
about that too. We'll talk about
we
that
can
too.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I was like getting the intro song. I think that was one of the greatest openings to a video game I ever, because I was like,
Yeah.
you played through it like, oh shit, he's gone through this war. Oh shit, they're all knocked down. Shit. Oh shit, his uncle daddy got fucking captured. Oh shit, he's
His
trying to fight the
uncle
dude.
daddy.
He's trying
Yeah,
he's trying to fight the dude to get his uncle daddy back. Oh shit, he got thrown off a fucking bridge. Oh
Yeah.
shit, this thief saved his life again. Oh shit, he's like, well, what do I do now? And then like fucking nature's like, yo, follow the wind. That's your dad. Follow the birds. That's your mom. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go rock with nature and shit like that. And then he just rolls out into the opening of the field, and then the fucking title screen comes up. You're like, oh shit, all that shit,
All that
was
was
the
the
opener,
intro.
and then the fucking
Yeah.
flute playing and
The
shit, and then
flutes.
the drums getting it, and then he's like riding through this fucking pampas leaves and then touching the grass, the Elysium fields and shit. I'm like, I'll feel like that's probably like what 20 minutes in the beginning. I'm like, this is the greatest protagonist PlayStation has ever known. This is him. He's him. Jin Sakai is him. Jin Sakai is him. And then they gave us the fucking online game to play as well. Like I was
legendary mode.
I was playing Red Dead before that. Like, oh, I'm gunslinging, I'm hunting and shit. Like every time I'm going to play Red Dead Redemption, I'm like, I'm not a gunslinger, man. I need to get back.
Yeah.
I need to get back to my sword stance, my water stance, my stone stance.
Yeah.
You know, my
Oh,
wind
wow.
stance.
He's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
Ronin. Tyrone's the Ronin,
Yeah, I try to be selfless. And
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I had to, because when the multiplayer game came out, everybody chose a class.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, running was up. I was like, all right, that sounds cool. And I was like, I'm the healer. I'm like, all right, fine. But then like you see how important.
Yeah.
It's one. Look, I'm gonna just talk to you. I'm gonna just talk to you right now.
Yo.
We gonna ignore the hunter. We gonna ignore the samurai for
Yeah.
a second. You know what I'm saying? We're the medics. You know what I'm saying? We went to med school for this. We're watching everybody. They're just out there fighting. They're out there fighting and shooting bows. We're watching their lives. I'm gonna hit this before you even die.
Exactly.
Now I gotta get it back. And then all of a sudden, when everybody's done, oh, where's the healing? Where's the you ungrateful bunch of bitches? You all ungrateful motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Oh, you're done because I just healed you and you're all down again. Why? Come get this goddamn pot. Come to me and get this goddamn pot. And don't complain when I got a bear that can heal and it protects me. Oh, I didn't heal it. Go find my fucking bear then, all right? Because I'm over here working. It's me and this bear or this dog protecting this circle. And you complain, oh, can we get some healing? Shut up. You don't even need healing yet. You're not even in orange. You're not even in red.
Wow.
I'll tell you when you get healing. All right.
Yeah. Oh no, it's absolutely like there'll be the time where like the battle's getting crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's that last wave and stuff like that, and you watch your team's health just dying. And then you hit it like you said, just before everybody starts falling. You hit the thing, everybody's healed up.
Mm-hmm.
You win the wave,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody gathers around like
Mhm.
waiting for you to heal them.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
where's my healing at? You're like, I just used
I
everything,
just used
saving
it.
all of your lives.
I healed all of y'all. I had to use the pot for myself because you left me alone again.
All right. Well, y'all didn't have to have a whole little bonding session, and then
I mean, it's rare you get to meet another.
I think that it's beautiful that they bonded
I-
over doing their job. It sounds like.
The job
You
no one
wanted
else
to-
wants to do.
You wanted to be the Ronin.
It's a-
Now I gotta
So
shop
who's
and
gonna-
do Ronin
who's
work.
gonna
Oh
be the Ronin?
no.
It's a
Who's gonna be
thankless.
the
It's a
Ronin,
thankless job. We're the RNs. Of
Yeah.
the-
And
of the-
I
yeah.
appreciate. I don't think I've ever complained about your here. So it wasn't Tiffy. Thank you very much.
Oh, man. And I mean, y'all could have at least told us that there was like a Ronin wardrobe, you know, the green top with the
Oh,
green.
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah. That's
the-
see,
you know,
that's-
I see what
yeah,
y'all
stick
doing with
together.
that, man. But nah, I'm a samurai slasher, and yes, Tyrone. I got spoiled because I started playing like legendary with
Mhm.
Tyrone and Bad Ty, and I realized real quick when like one of the first times Tyrone wasn't playing with us no more, I was like, this shit is hard.
Like, oh, this is
like where's
this
the
is
guy?
rough.
Where's the guy with the white stuff that comes from the ground and with the circle?
Where's
Like,
the
where's-
za?
Yeah, like, I was
Za.
It's
Where's
always
the potpourri healing? I'm trying to.
Let me ask you
The vapors.
Omar, do you do the gather around thing? Because Tyrone will be like, all right, does anybody need healing? Like
He makes
checks
us
with
gather around and kneel.
Yeah.
You got the
I
kneel.
mean, I-
He
I-
makes
yeah,
us
yeah,
kneel.
yeah.
Even when he's
Yeah.
just telling us the plan, he'll be like, "Everyone gather around.
Okay,
Everyone
take a knee.
kneel. Take a knee. Take
Y'all-
a knee."
Somebody didn't press R3. Take a knee.
He
all
will
right?
not talk until we
And
are
then
all
I- then I
kneeling
splat-
in
I-
front of him.
And I splash it down in their faces. I spritz in your face. I'm like, here's the plan. In all their faces. That's what I do.
No, if there's ever a random and they bow after getting
Yeah,
healed,
yeah.
that dude's getting my priority.
Exactly.
He's top
I let
priority
you
the
all.
whole
I let the
time.
rest of you ungrateful bitches
Oh,
die.
oh
I go get.
I
God.
thanked
Sexy
you
man 245.
verbally.
I got you.
I
need the
thanked you
thanks?
verbally.
And
So
I'm not talking about you. Then what? If you
Oh.
know, if
Yeah,
you know you
those
do
are
it, well,
random
you know.
rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you like to see the physical manifestation of the thank you? Like you have to see the bow or the thank you.
The best
you know what I'm
thing, the best thing as a Ronin is when like I'm watching that one person, like okay, everybody else is healing, like all right, you're there fighting, I'm like, and you get the feeling like okay, now, and then they're like, oh shit, they're like before they even said I died,
Yeah.
oh I'm back, they drop, didn't even touch the
Yeah.
ground, drop, oh,
and he
back
just
up, yeah. And they're like, oh shit, yeah, that was me,
Yeah.
because I was watching out for
Yep,
you. I'm watching
I got
you
you.
niggas attack me while I'm also looking out for you.
Well,
Got you.
while you out there sitting here patting each other on the back, I just
Mhm.
want to sit and just shout out Tiffy
Yes.
for being like an A+ A grade, like legit actual hunter.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, I appreciate you. One of the things that I love about life is that you never stop learning, right?
Mhm.
And I've been put in my place multiple times since we've met, rightfully so. But one of the things that I had to stop on is women and video games not coexisting in a realm like men in
Mhm.
video games exist. And Tiffy has literally in one swoop of Ghost of Tsushima shamed me to believe to like
what
having
happened.
that thought. So we bucked in, we were playing with Tiffy, right? And you know, my internally unintentional inadvertent chauvinist self that lies deep beneath this outer core that tries to be as liberal as possible is deep down saying, all right, I'm gonna play with this chick, you know.
Oh,
You know
this
what I'm
chick.
saying?
All right, yeah.
You know, whatever.
All right.
We'll have fun.
We'll have
Let's
fun. Okay,
you know,
it'll be a
whatever.
good time. You know,
And
some
yo,
chuckles.
was I fucking with the wrong one
Why?
on that shit? Because
Why?
Tiffy like turned straight into like coach.
Yeah.
Like minutes in, like I'm like, all right, well, let's play around. She's like, okay. So well, I already got the cliff.
Yeah.
I already got the cliff.
Clear.
All right, Vince, I need you to check out the boat. Get over there, take care of that shit. All right, and she's like directing me
directing
and
traffic.
like and staying alive. Like
Yeah.
at one point in time, like she had to come like rescue me.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, Vince, all right, we're gonna
Let
have
me
to
hold R2 over your body.
Yeah, this is like my second time. You know, we're gonna have to, you know, to kind of let's put a little more effort into the actual.
I can't
fighting.
do this
You know, you have a
alone.
block
I can't do
button.
mine
O.
and yours at the same time.
Yeah.
Then, so I need you to step up, my
that's
nigga.
what- yeah. So that's when I was like, okay, I need to stop with this. So I'm just wondering, like, how many days in the dojo? Like, how was the training? I mean, I'm assuming maybe you had something to do with that, perhaps, maybe a little bit, maybe not. I don't know.
The laugh is he had everything to do with it, to the point where I can't tell you what my little breakdown of my hunter is, to be, because I don't like the parts of video games trying to, which is why I let you do and I gave you an opportunity to do more of what you love. I don't like figuring out the little things of my character. Not to begin with. When I stopped playing Ghost of Tsushima, and by the time I played with you, I had a much better idea of what I wanted to do with my hunter and what type of arrows I like to use, what ghost weapons I like to have. But before, it was him saying, do this, and our friend Jordan being like, no, let her figure it out on her own. And I'm just like, no, don't let her figure it out on her own. This is not the fun part of the game for me. The game is literally everything else. So he was huge in helping me understand the game and just how those different aspects work. And then just as a friend group, we played the game a lot. We played the game hours.
But
Tiffy, my wife, Tasha, Jordan, I'll say niggas' last names. Tiffy, my wife Tasha, Dimple, Holman Singh, Jordan Calhoun, and then myself. We're just
all battle mode.
Because we're also we did the 7 modifiers. And so if you don't know, like, it's basically 7 conditions to make this shit hell for you.
You can make the game harder for fun.
And for those that don't know,
the
hunter class is the archers. I love archery. I am not good at it for this one. So the hunter class is the archers. The samurai, they're like your tank. They're going through cutting up everything. The assassin can, like, all right, I sneak kill and shit like that. They're kind of the weakest class, but also that's when, like, I got really good at making that weak class strong. And then the Ronin, who is the healer and can, like, also clear things out as they updated it, and, like, you can push people out the circle and shit like that. And so those are your classes, and those are the things you're working with. So it's like, okay, well, maybe you could do all 4 classes, but usually it would be 2 hunters, Jordan and Tiffy. My wife would be the samurai, or sometimes even a hunter. Sometimes she'd be a samurai, and then I'd be the Ronin. And it's like, all right, well, here we go again. All right, and then usually like, all right, these 2 stick together. And it's also like, oh, well, I can't be alone, because if I die, you guys gotta come and get me. So Two-man teams.
It's a lot of coordination, a lot on the microphone, a lot of And I've just always been good at first-person shooter games. I just have. I'm sorry that in your experience, girls did not play video games in my world.
It's a shame.
Yeah. So and then I realized that I don't like just Red Dead Redemption and having like gunslinging isn't yours. A lot of people ask me now, oh, Call of Duty, are you into that? And no, I'm not. But when it comes to that type of game, Ghost of Tsushima, a sword, to me, I don't like that. I like the
when you were hearing that shit when you went to sleep at night.
The clanging. I would hear the clangs because it comes from the controller as well. I would hear the clangs in my sleep. We were delirious. Going in and in. What I remembered, what you were saying earlier, is you didn't say anything wrong. I remembered the conditions and how I ended up playing with them.
Yes,
because remember you were like, yeah, come in and play. Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go, and I was so pissed off because I didn't know you yet. Yeah. So I'm like, you left me here with two men that I don't know. I was. I had to do a
show. Then I went back into the Discord and I was like, I arrived at the show. And I got back into the show. I was just listening. Hey, so I'm back. Hey, what's going on?
I was so upset.
Before then, see, this is how when you join a friend group and friends press through things. We're trying to do these 7 modifiers right now. We're at the deadly shores. You know what I'm saying? There's the boat, there's the cliff, and there's the beach. We're all at the beach. You know what I'm saying? Shit's popping off right now. And I see. So from my perspective, got Tiffy, got Tasha, got Jordan. And all right, I know Jordan and Tiffy, they're gonna go and take care of the boat. Okay, we got an invasion coming toward us. I see that boat, the circle is yellow. It ain't filled yet. The circle's fine. It's yellow. Ain't nothing wrong in that. I see that stick on get a little bit of red in there. It's a little bit of red in there. I'm like, hey, there's I see him shooting there. I see this. I see boom, 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 right in front of me. Robin Hood. You know what I'm saying? One arrow hit, one got split by another arrow. I see that shit going out in front of me. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, hey, I said, hey, the boat's going off. And my wife, Tasha's like, oh, you guys gotta get to the boat. Didn't hear nothing. I was like, hey, the boat's going off. Wait. And then I said the boat again. And I was like, yo, the boat. And then I hear you. Damn, we're going. I was like, okay, you're going. I saw you shoot that last arrow. Bang. And then they take off. Boat gone. Right?
Oh, you lost the boat.
Boat gone. And now everybody mad. Everybody mad.
Tell me the thing. Anytime Omar retells a story about how his tone was in a situation, just know that is not how his tone was in that situation. He's, hey, the boat. Hey guys, I just want you to be. I'm talking. Okay. I just want you to know that the boat is going off, and if you have some time, maybe if you would like to, it'd be great if you would address the situation down at the floating vessel known as the boat. This nigga was yelling. I don't like being yelled at, especially by niggas.
How was I yelling?
How did he sound?
How'd I sound? The boat like that.
Bitch. That's closer to what it was. No.
It had the essence of bitch on boat.
It had the essence of bitch, but it was a little spicy. Omar is not a yelling person. He don't be yelling at people like that. I am more of the yeller and shit. Like I go harder against you and Kev than Omar does against anybody. So, but in the moment, just so that we're clear about who he is. But in the moment, it was tense, and we're already several hours deep at this point of trying to get this late night, but later for them because I'm on the West Coast
streaming it.
Oh God, yeah. We were streaming because after that point, I didn't say nothing for an hour. I was, and me being quiet is like unheard of. Yeah. I was so because I don't like being talked to a certain way, and it just happened to hit them little triggers.
No, keep on.
Yeah, and I had nothing to say for an hour. We had someone in the chat that came in, one of our friends, Tananon, was like, "Hey guys, it's kind of quiet. Is Tiffy's mic broken? Like, just call us." Like, no,
because you haven't heard. I'm like, read the room. Meanwhile, till we die on that wave. My wife comes out from the other room. She's like, I'm like, hey, we're fucking here. We're getting this tonight. Whatever. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. So after that, so Tiffany's quiet. So now it's like, all right, who's going to the boat? Tiffany would be like, I'm already at the boat.
That was after
her. She's dead. If she's dead, usually it's like, oh, I'm down. It's just, I'm down. It just gets lower and lower. But
you fucked up her spirit.
Yeah, but each time though, because obviously we read the room. My wife Tasha is right beside Tiffy. I'm down. I'm already here healing you. I'm already here healing you. Tiffy's like, I'm at the boat. And Tiffy's like, oh, I'm at the boat. Tasha's like, I'm right beside you.
You're not alone. You're not alone.
be mad, but you might be mad at me, but I'm still here supporting you. So you're gonna be that mad, but you're mad at me, but I'm
Shout
here.
out to
I'm
Tasha.
rocking beside you. And that night we did beat it
We
that
did
night, and it was
beat
just
it.
a loud scream. I was like, okay, thank God. Like, oh, it was worth it.
And at
Wow.
the
It
end,
was worth
wow,
it.
that was fun. Like just
Yeah.
came back. I came back before,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
it was the funny thing that it literally took me an hour. Any other situation, because I'm aware of my attitude and the power it holds. I be shifting energies in rooms. My my go-to is to leave because I'm aware of just like I don't want to have a bad attitude in a space. I will remove myself from the situation. I could not remove myself from this. There was
Sure,
no
you
like
seven modifiers. You
when
can't
we
move
were,
this.
yeah, it wasn't like it was. I don't like it wasn't because it was serious, but it wasn't that serious. Like to leave. It's just funny to me to have a time stamp on it to be like, damn, I really just sat in my feelings playing a video game for an hour just in my room. I don't think I was too quiet though, because knowing me, I must have been talking shit. My mic had to have been muted because I'm talking shit.
Niggas that was telling me,
tell me to go to the motherfucking
nigga.
You go to the boat. And because the reason why it's not that we weren't doing our job. It's we're surrounded at this point. So it's not easy to just break off and run. I had to shoot off the last couple of arrows. Like it is what it is.
Y'all playing on platinum?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. And how long has she been playing at that point?
Oh, this is months. This is months.
Oh,
This
okay.
is like
As soon as it was cleared and I could, I did. Like because you can only play platinum once you get to a certain level.
So we were
as
like,
soon
right,
as I was technically able, even if I wasn't ready.
We suggest this level, but you can go in like, yeah, you're fucking fine. Let's go. Like,
yeah,
but it's I don't give a fuck what it
they
says.
did
Let's
not
go.
care about my feelings, my pride, and that's how I got good at that game. They
You can cry,
forced me
shoot
to
those arrows while you
greatness.
cry. Get that headshot while you cry. Good job.
Was your level comparable to theirs at that point? Like
not at the
numerically?
beginning, and they've been playing together as a group. For,
So this is unfair. Like I don't.
You know what's
I'm starting to really take Tiffy's side on this.
Oh
like,
no, it was
that's fine.
nothing about it was unfair. It was more like the most supportive situation for that. I jumped into the deep end of that game, and because I had 3 people supporting me when I did fall, that's how I got good. I had a whole team that could carry me until I could help carry them.
The funniest part of this is because she's like a hunter, and Jordan's whole thing, he loves because they get lots of kills and everything. If you're a hunter, right?
Yeah.
Samurai and hunter, they get probably the most kills. And just unless you're a fucking disgusting Ronin, how you play, it'll get it right. So the funny shit is,
it was for me.
Ronin.
It was for me.
So the funny shit is, Jordan was like, "Yo, I don't even want to I don't even take out my fucking sword. All arrows, all day." And
Wow.
they showed you like, oh, range kills, all these kills. We get done with it. We look at, I believe it was this run. I think it was this run or another run, but I believe it was this run. Because like, okay, we're looking at the board. All right, cool. And I'm like, wait a minute. It says no melee kills by you. It has no other kills aside from range. All she killed was range, and we're all like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, "You said not to use a sword.
You said to shoot
like,
the arrow."
I'm like, he's
talking about himself.
I'm like, he's saying that, but like, you should use a sword.
You
And
told me to shoot the arrow, and I shot the arrow because I am obedient. I don't know what to say. I was told.
I was like, I've never seen that before. I have like that is the sickest shit I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, wow, what a move.
Yo,
like didn't even unsheath the sword. I was like, that is insane.
But was she killing it with the
yes?
arrows?
Oh, the number was a high number. It was a good number.
Are you a sniper? Like, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I play first person shooters, I'm very good at sniping, and I just always I don't know what it. And the funny thing is, a lot of the time I play without my glasses. I can't see. So, and I don't have aim assist on anything, but I have always been good. Like, and I love Left 4 Dead 2. I love zombie video games, Resident Evil. I came up on. I've always been good at and it is very funny. My aunt took me to a shooting range once. I've only been to a shooting range one time, and she yelled at me. She's like, "You keep going for headshots," but I'm like, "But I'm getting them." And it was just the paper with all headshots. But if an intruder comes into your home, I'm like, "This is the zombie apocalypse. What are you training?"
Yeah, like what the fuck?
An intruder in my home. What's the likelihood of that?
I'm worried about the T-virus, bitch. The fuck is
Thank you. You know exactly what it is. Slow-moving zombies that are very mean.
All these freaking bio weapons that they got coming out here. You worried about
to
some
the
goddamn
head?
intruder?
What's a body shot gonna do? That's a waste of my bullet.
What the fuck is you talking about? I got a freaking tyrant that's been chasing me around all this whole entire video game.
I see this man in my sleep. I'm okay in this room with a typewriter in it for some reason. He don't follow me into here, but outside this room, I'm in fucking trouble.
And this shows you again, real quick. I hate to double back, but this also kind of goes into my music nerddom. I used to the first 2 Resident Evils, I would stay in that storage room
For the
for
music.
the music. It's just and it's on a loop. All right, so that's the last thing I'll say. But interestingly enough, that's a segue because Resident Evil had some very bad movies and very bad productions made after it. There is talk about Ghost of Tsushima being brought to live action.
go.
Are we excited? Are we paranoid? Are
Director of John Wick is supposed to be doing it,
director
right?
of John Wick. Now
listening.
here's why I'm. Well, let me give your opinions first. Like,
I mean, it's always a gamble, but like there's so many times we've seen like a successful video game. Oh, it's been animation, really, video game adaptation to like
Last of Us.
Yeah. Oh, but that's a TV series, not a movie. I would prefer I prefer a TV show.
I would hope it's a show.
Are we splitting hairs like that, or is it just like a live action adaptation?
A live
movie
action
or
adaptation movie.
series?
Well,
Yeah,
this
live
one's gonna
action
be a
adaptation.
movie.
Good-
I'm trying
good.
to like. Well, there've been good.
You're trying to
things.
differentiate between like.
I'm trying to find like. Well, there've been good ones, but I'm like, oh, it's a TV series. Does that count? That should count, right?
I feel like they can all go into the same category of like live action adaptation,
Okay,
whether it's
yeah.
a movie or a series.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's
But
hopeful then.
nothing to me will ever top Mario Brothers movie,
All right.
the live action one.
well,
yeah,
well,
John
that-
Leguizamo and
Oh, whoa! Top it! Oh, you the live act. Get the fuck.
when Yoshi was a real dinosaur. I
Here's the
love
thing.
that movie.
If you
Okay,
can have-
you
if-
gaslighting for
If
real.
not, if you can have Avatar, like we've all got one. We've all
Okay.
got one. I knew this was gonna come back up because like we've all got one. So if Avatar, the M Night Shyamalan was yours, you're like, okay, there. If yours is the pick for like Super Mario Bros, then I'm like, okay.
Okay, if we're doing that for real though, like your movie, no, because I have an even better one that's just more. I think a little
Catwoman.
relevant.
I
Catwoman
know
is
it's
mine.
gonna
Catwoman with Halle Berry.
yeah.
I understand why it's bad. There is something about that movie. I will sit up and watch it every time. I don't know what it is about Halle Berry's Catwoman that is not in the DC universe and it's not Selena Kyle. I don't care. I will rock
It's
her.
the melanin, right? Because if anybody else had played it,
It's not even. It's just something about it. They were like, Halle, yeah. Then take the can of tuna and then just eat the tuna, eat the multiple cans of tuna because you're a cat. Get it? Like it was just the movie's weird.
There's an and one mixtape. You seen and one mixtapes, right? Yeah.
Right,
take the basketball
And now you
just-
guys have a basketball moment, and you're gonna be cute like this, and it's gonna be really basketball-y. Like, I know how sports work. Is that how you play basketball?
sports
Terrible.
I am
Terrible.
and I like sports. All right, yeah, well, all right. I don't know.
So
I don't know.
My
everyone's
pick-
got their one.
My one for the best video game adaptation, the Jean-Claude Van Damme Street Fighter.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay, we've
God,
done
That
yes.
is such a
We've
good
done
movie.
this.
That's
with
just
the
trash.
bicep with the American flag on it.
I'll watch it
That
every
shit's
time.
Coming at
Quick!
truck coming at-
Someone change the
The
channel.
channel.
It's a fucking dumpster fire.
Or this right here.
I will never.
Yes.
That's complete bullshit.
They,
I-
it was,
I-
there were so many things wrong
The
with
movie's
it,
so
and
trash.
but then they got some like Kylie Minogue as
Cammy.
as
Oh my god.
was
I don't
like-
even know she made music. She's just always been Cammy to me. I did not know Kylie Minogue made music. She was just Cammy.
Like, it
nah,
was
man.
weird
The
ass.
way they did Dawson, the way they did. I mean,
Oh, it was
But
all,
it's
it was
so
all so
blocker.
bad,
It's
but it
so
was so
bad that it became
It's so
so
good.
good.
It
Although,
never got good.
Raul Julia
As,
as
M.
Bison.
What's
One of
the
his last
line?
roles.
What's the line you said for you when M. Bison came to your little village? It was the most
Worst
significant
day of your life.
for me.
It was
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It was Wednesday.
Yo, nah, man. Nah, bro. Nah, I cannot condone this. And I'm on record, and I hate to get beat in the face for saying this again because I know Tiffy and I have a huge gap on thinking that the Chun-Li adaptation wasn't as bad as everybody's making it out to be.
The Legend of Chun-Li.
The
The
Legend
Legend of
Chun-Li,
Chun-Li. I didn't hate it as I am being indoctrinated to for some reason from people, but that for me was it great? Was it worth an Oscar? Fuck no. But was it a potential way for Street Fighter to world build? Yes. And that's where I was disappointed in the lack of
shaky
enthusiasm
foundation
for it.
on which to build a world. Chris Klein's acting in that movie. That's his name, right? The one who played the male lead in that movie.
Oh, he was so weird.
It was some of
He was.
the worst.
Am I supposed to like this good guy or not? Because he was kind of creepy at the same
Yeah.
time, and it's like I can't get a read on you on your and for you to supposedly carry this, I can't get with it.
Fair enough. But it was low key. If you pull back from the Street Fighter lore, it was low key a Karate Kid movie starring a woman. You know, I mean, even though there was Karate Kid 3 was a woman, it was her origin story of which we kind of learn about the tribulations that make her want to be Chun-Li And I like that. I mean, yeah, there was some bad shit. The pregnant.
We're gonna give birth to our.
Yeah, there was some
He
cringe.
reached into
there was
her
def-
womb.
Yeah, there was some cringy shit in there, but I
using his henchwoman as the punching bag.
Yeah,
that reveal was just
but
like,
but you remember it, you know.
like, oh, you a villain for real? I can't stand this one. You a for real bad guy.
I guess for me, it was just hopeful. I was like, okay, so maybe we can get a Ken movie, Ryu movie, we can get a Balrog movie. Like, I just thought that it was going to be an introduction to, you know, kind of what they started trying to do for Mortal Kombat with the Sub-Zero, you know, angle and all that. So I think that's probably where I get off this train.
Yeah. Well, if they wanted it to be that great, they could have started with a full Asian Chun-Li. That would have been
yeah.
She's literally
like
half white.
Yeah,
so and she looks like she's half white. I'm so sorry. Like, and nothing against my half white queens.
You're right.
But like
kings.
but if the character of Chun-Li is not half of anything. So like that to me,
that's a very fair point, and I would not argue against that, especially when it's not like there's a shortage.
What year? Not that it's an excuse, but you know, these are conversations that we're having now about these sort of things, and that movie came out so long ago,
I believe, something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, looking at it for what it was at the time, and she was very popular then because of Smallville. So I get it, but it to me, it never was meant to be taken seriously when that's where they started off, and I felt that way back then too.
It low-key had some CW vibes. Yeah, it probably could have went straight to cable, but still, I wasn't mad at it. However, I do know that it's right now, I believe, maybe the golden age of video game live action crossover, you know, with regard to like I said, we've got Last of Us that did its thing. Some of us even enjoyed the Halo series.
Castlevania counts.
We're not gonna count out Tomb Raider and the good work that Angelina Jolie did for Lara Croft.
I'll give Tomb Raider its, you know, it's from the first movie. I'll give it its
because I
due.
don't remember what the second movie. I kind of don't remember.
Well, all right. Well, I mean, you know, I'm with Angelina. I'm not giving the old girl from Deus Ex Machina the same credit for her movie. I don't know if y'all even saw it. Like, they tried to redo it.
I remember that.
And it wasn't really necessarily popping. And of course, I'm still, and I know I'm a fierce outlier on this, but I still think that Shakir Mustafa and what's the name of them were shafted with not getting a second season of Cowboy Bebop's live action. I mean, say what you want about it. You wanted to see more cleavage from Faye. You wanted to see, you know, less interaction between Jet and Spike. You didn't want to see him want to kill him. You didn't want to see Jet with the family, you know, all this other stuff. But it was like, it's one of the first like anime adaptations that the live action looked like anime. Like they did, like even the transition sequences, like they looked like anime, and the characters almost to a T, with the exception of maybe Faye, because like I said, they kind of watered her down. I'm not trying to say she should have been more sensual, but she wasn't even as like fierce and like as conniving as she was in the show. I think that's one of the top. But now we're in that level where like Spider-Man's coming out in a couple days, if I'm not mistaken.
The video game, yeah.
And that is like I can't control my excitement for it. I know that you're not going to hear nothing from me for like weeks. You know what? I'm not going to say days, because I'm probably going to play it like 24 rounds. I'm going to beat that bitch in 72 hours. I promise.
It feels like you're going to wrap this up pretty quickly.
I don't know. I might do something different on this one. Let me ask y'all something real quick.
Yeah.
We're all, I'm assuming, probably. Tiffany, do you play Spider-Man? Have you played?
She has to play the first one. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Do I have to play the first one in order?
Yes, you got to play the first one.
But I saw on the Twitter.
Yeah, I don't think
that.
Well, this is your sensei, so I will. I'm not gonna go against. Sure, yeah, please.
I love the new Blerd order. You should too.
Let me get all this 10P Wayne. All the niggas rapping about the same old thing. I've been coming through with the same old gang. Ain't shit changed except 9 got a name. Got it out the mud, but we got no stain.